Sydney and GWS. Wow. 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 Sydney started slow again, which is just it's really the story of their season, isn't it? Like, I expected them. I don't know if I gave a margin on my pod last week, but I was on the Carlton Besties podcast and I said Sydney would win by 60 points. And I was pretty convinced that they were gonna really roll them. And I think I said on this podcast as well that they were gonna they were gonna win comfortably. But that was all provided that they got rid of this thing where they just can't start games well. I don't know what it is. But granted, the lead never blew out for the Giants. So Sydney were on the back foot, but like 7 points at quarter time, 21 points at halftime, 21 points again at three-quarter time. It was always within reach. And because of that, watching this game, I always knew that Sydney had something in them, a good patch in them. They always have a good patch or two late in games. And it was always coming for me. It was always coming. The pressure early was absurd, especially for the Giants. Like, it was just fun football to watch. It's always fun when just bodies everywhere, and that's what this game was. But the good teams always get the job done, and Sydney got the job done. Um, and now every game, the importance of this is that every game where they're on the back foot, particular at least for the rest of this year, every game that they're on the back foot, they're going to believe that they can get the job done, and that's such a massive thing because they've done it a few times now. Where if they make a or they're in the prelim, if they make a grand final, or in the prelim, if they go 4 goals down, they're never gonna tuck their tail between their legs and give up. Where some teams might do that if they feel it's out of reach, it will slip away from them, which we have seen this weekend, and we'll get to that in a minute. But um, no, Sydney just unreal. The margin was always reachable, and they got the job done. Isaac Heeney, how dare you? How dare you, Isaac Heeney? Absolutely disrespectful. Disrespectful performance. I don't get. Imagine Isaac Heaney got moved into the role he's in now 5 years ago. Granted, like, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but he's so good. He's so good. Is that the best game I've ever seen him play? I think the answer is yes. All things considered, the answer is yes. If you analyze it purely on a statistical basis, maybe there are other games where he was a little bit better, but in a final, backs against the wall, you need something to spur your team on. This guy took one of the greatest marks I've ever seen. He kicked 3 goals. He took a one-handed mark in the forward line to set up. I think he got a goal after that. We'll say, for argument's sake, a one-handed mark in the forward line to set up one of those goals. Had 30 touches, pretty much gave his team the win in the end. Just the most composed, brilliant performance. Maybe the best finals performance I've ever seen. Aside from maybe one or two of those dusty ones that were scattered in there, so I couldn't actually pinpoint a single one of those. But this was just remarkable. As many words as I've said over the last couple of minutes, I'm genuinely speechless at how good this bloke is. Um, we're going to talk about that mark and Jez's goal in a second, but I want to get to Carlton Brisbane first. But that mark was just fantastic as well, and well on Jack Buckley for helping him down there. And if he hits the ground there and gets injured, then there's a world where Sydney don't win this game. So Yeah, crazy.